Good evening. Well, here we sit. It's been a couple of days. We're all still here. Everything's okay. Not great, but we're going to make it. Now, I wanted to share something with you. I've told you before, I pray nearly every day. I'm human. I make mistakes. I'm sure I miss things that I don't intend. But when it comes to my children, I pray. Some of you may know my oldest has epilepsy. When he has seizures, they are grand mal seizures. They can be known to kill you. Sometimes just by hitting your head, going down. They're the ones that are the most violent. If any of you ever see anybody having a grand mal seizure, please move obstacles away from them so that they do not injure themselves. Maybe get down on the floor on your knees, and once you can, put their back to your knees so they're on their side. So in case they do vomit, they don't aspirate on their own vomit. Do not put anything in their mouth. And if you see it from the beginning, look at your watch at the second hand or your phone nowadays. I said watch. I am so aging myself. But look at your phone and start a timer and look at the time so that if you call the paramedics, which you should do if it's a stranger, when they get there, you can tell them when it started, when it ended, if, they're responding, etc. Do not put anything in their mouth. No food, no water, nothing. Nothing. They will not swallow their tongue, more than likely. The odds are very small. Okay, that's just an old thing. Please don't, because they can bite it off and then swallow something and choke to death. But he recently lost his job, and he has to have insurance. His medication is phenomenal, like way high. Like with insurance, $250 a month high for one medication, 30 days. So he went to a pharmacist outside of the big, corporation, big retail. Anyway, to a private pharmacist. And he explained to him what happened. He explained to him about the loss of his job and that he wanted to pay for 3 months' worth while he had money to try and sustain. And the pharmacist was really concerned about him because he knows the kind of condition that he has is debilitating and life-threatening if it is not medicated. This pharmacist offered to give him like a 90-day supply for I'm not going to even tell you the amount, okay? It was ridiculous. Basically, he was giving it to him. I just get teary-eyed thinking about it. And my son said, no, 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 no. I don't want you to be out anything. I'll pay your cost at least. So he paid. He has to pay for 2 medicines, but he paid like $110 more than he paid for 90 days as he pays for 1 month normally. I have been praying to God My biggest fear is that my son can't get his medication due to a job, due to some catastrophe in the world, due to something going wrong, and there'll be nothing I can do. And God sent this man as a link to my son. And my son said to me, "Mom, you just don't understand." He looked at me, he goes, "I could tell that he cared, and that if he couldn't solve my problem, he just wasn't going to be able to sleep tonight." And I said, "Yeah, you met a pure soul. They're rare, but they do exist." And he said something else like, he met somebody who really cares, who really has compassion. So I've been praying about that. It's like one of my biggest fears. And my prayers were answered. He's got somebody who can probably help him if he's able to help him. And get him out of a bind. And my son has very strong character. He will make sure the man is taken care of and paid. But after the phone call with my son today, I cried. Because God and all that is good gets credit for that happening. And linking him to another human being that has morals and values and a good soul. So, all praise to God. And I don't, to say these things to you is very personal to me. I am not somebody who's, outward with my spiritual beliefs. But I know what happened. You can believe me or you don't have to believe me. But for those of you who need it, I just want you to hear a good story. And my tears were of joy because once again, if you know my story of my son's accident and him answering me, once again, he's answered me when it comes to my children. And he'll answer you too. But you have to find the faith, the peace within yourself to let go of hate and bitterness and the baggage that you carry, so that when you approach him with anything, you're not perfect, but you've worked on your issues. To get closer to what is good, to get closer to what is real, to get closer to what is true, is to let go of all those things that pollute you. and consume you and fill you to where there's no room for anything else. Say your prayers and work on yourself, because that's what it's all about while we're here. I will talk to you later. Bye for now.